A no commentary version of this run can be found in the pinned comment in the comments section below. この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Intended as a game walkthrough, it is not a speedrun. All strategies in this video were made for efficiency and success rate. Please watch the entire video and listen carefully to the commentary before trying any of these strategies for yourself. Hello everyone. This is a no damage, normal mode run of Resident Evil 1 Remake, playing the Jill scenario.
Resident Evil.
This is on normal difficulty. Door skip is enabled. So to start, unequipping the handgun makes you run faster. This is sort of another advanced strats run. The quickest way to get back into the main hall is to try to go out the main hall twice, then go to Barry, then go back out the door, and then the zombie will just come into the dining room. And then you can stair skate up and down the stairs. Stair skating is when you hold up on the D-pad and you mash the run button. Regardless of whether you are on original or whether you are on the alternate controls only change the stick, not the D-pad. The D-pad is always going to be tank controls no matter what, so that is how you stair skate, is by holding up on the D-pad and mashing the run button. This first zombie, we're just going to take a nice tight line to get around him that way, and then we're going to grab the arrow. And I turn towards that zombie and mash back on the D-pad a little bit in order to get him to lunge and miss. Next we're going to take the dagger. Then we're going to head into the graveyard. Two zombies over here. Depending on the position of this zombie, it'll determine where we are whenever we try to leave the graveyard. Well, rather where he is whenever we try to leave the graveyard, but that's what I have the dagger for, is I'm just going to use it against the zombie if it tries to head me off. Otherwise, I'm going to at least attempt to dodge it so that I might be able to save on daggers. The less daggers I gotta pick up, the better. But, I mean, this is a no damage run, so the priority is on not taking any hits. Just in a good position, so I was able to just run straight through. He didn't grab me in the back or nothing. If an enemy grabs you in the back, or grabs you from behind, then you won't be able to use a defense item against it, and you will take damage. I thought about grabbing that defense item under the cabinet for a second. But my goal was to attempt to clear a no damage run in under an hour and 6 seconds. It's not a speed run, but I just wanted to get a no damage run kind of quick. There's a general rule of thumb of a dagger is just like laying around, you know, might as well pick it up, right?
Oh god.
So differences between normal and hard. I've previously done no damage runs on real survival difficulty, which is harder than hard. I'm gonna take a tight line, get between that zombie and the wall. He will lunge and he will miss. And just got to go kind of parallel to the wall in order to dodge him. If you try to go straight for the stairs, he'll grab you. Unfortunately, my setup with that zombie wasn't great. Usually that zombie will try to lunge at me from around the corner first, but he didn't. Instead, he was turning towards the wall, so I just decided to go for it, sacrifice a dagger. I still have at least one dagger left for the dogs, just in case. But yeah, differences between real survival and hard mode, or sorry, differences between real survival and normal mode. A lot of zombies are in different positions. Every zombie that I've seen so far has been in the same position, but I will denote which rooms have different zombie placement. So we'll equip the shotgun, go to the corner here, and then we are going to aim down. And 2 shotgun shots will kill the dog. We can just grab the collar and leave. Of course, unequip the shotgun on the way around, or on the way out. And this zombie is on the way out of this room on normal mode, as opposed to like right next to the door to the dog terrace on real survival difficulty. And he's also a real pain in the ass to dodge. He's kind of a he kind of tends to track you as opposed to actually like being susceptible to like a fake out. I actually have no idea what makes a zombie actually like susceptible to a fake out. So on the way out, I opted to go in and out of this room because the fat zombie over here in the red vest got directly in my way. And if he does that, then it means that I'm going to get grabbed and I'm going to sacrifice a defense item, or worse yet, get bit. And it was a generally unfavorable position, so I opted to take a little bit of extra time to set the room. Next we're going to take the dagger, then we're going to take the grenade launcher. And head over to Richard. The shotgun is mostly for getting around certain problematic zombie encounters, as well as dogs, saving a little bit of ammo. Like especially dogs. Dogs are actually like straight up run ruiners for no damage. So because that zombie is not in between the stairs and the dog hallway, we're just gonna mash our way down these stairs. Take the serum, put away the sword key. And the acid rounds, definitely don't need the acid rounds anymore. Next we'll put the chemical in, grab the mask. Straight shot back to Richard. While we're at it, also going to grab the emblem. Because what's coming next after we give Richard the serum is we have to get the music notes and then go back down to the piano room. Yeah, I could tell after a moment that he wasn't going to be working with me through a fake out. Anyway, so the shotgun actually has a interesting property. The very first headshot you try to execute will always proc 100% of the time. So if you run up to a zombie, the very first zombie you try to decapitate will always get decapitated every single time. So if you don't go decapitating zombies willy-nilly, you can actually use that on a very specific zombie in order to pass around it. And because everything else, you know, I've just been able to just dodge around it or, you know, sacrifice a dagger in order to get around them, I decided to use the shotgun on that particular zombie because there was a chance that he'd be able to grab me grab me from behind on the way out. So why not just take him out of the equation? Because I could equip the shotgun while I was using the lighter, and then get rid of him. On the way in, resorted to a pretty old dodge. I actually have no idea what the best dodge is for that particular zombie, but usually I like to go to a specific point, like 5 steps, and then I just like sort of jiggle back on the D-pad a little bit in order to get him to lunge and miss. Then go into the piano room, do my thing in the piano room. And then on the way out, just run. Ain't no thing. Then we have to turn the large gear to the right twice. Or the left twice, actually. So Yawn's a pretty easy dodge. Not gonna go for the assault shotgun because it takes too much time. Hold up on the D-pad, nudge to the left a little bit, and go around this column here, and Yawn will move towards the other side, but Richard stunned him. That was actually a very risky line for me to take. Take advantage of what I can, because there was also the possibility that Yawn could have leaned sideways and hit us through the column or something like that, the support beam. Solve this puzzle, top right, bottom left, bottom right. So the shotgun and the assault shotgun does a little bit more damage. It also has a higher chance of decapitating. But it's not really like always worth it to go for it unless you feel like it. I feel like dodging Yawn is easier than fighting him. For that zombie, yeah, you can just run right by him and then take a nice curved line around this guy. Go to the save room here and then put away the lighter and pick up the flame rounds. We absolutely need the flame rounds for Plant 42. Should also be noted that in real survival mode, the door doesn't break, but on normal mode, the door does break. Let's turn the first picture orange, the second picture will turn it green, and the third picture will turn it purple. Take the death mask. Try to mash down the stairs and start by using the mask without eyes. Open the box, use the mask without eyes, nose, or mouth. Nose. And then on this last one, we're going to equip the shotgun, or sorry, the grenade launcher. We'll equip the flame rounds. Need to have the flame rounds equipped because we want to get them out of our inventory. Just trying to minimize on usage of the item box. So here's what we do. Yeah, for some reason auto aim doesn't even work. It's kind of crap. And that happens, so I decided to shoot him with the shotgun. Just I'm not even sure why the grenade launcher. It's not even an issue of the grenade launcher's projectile was slow. Like, she literally did not auto aim. And sometimes that happens. I don't know if that's just like a bug that happens at 120 FPS or what. But it takes about like 4 shotgun shells to take him down. I just opted to use the flame rounds elsewhere. Usually I just run forward a little bit, bait out a lunge, and run around him, but I think I ran a little bit too far forward. And yes, if you play the PC version, you can get 120 FPS. Which actually makes it run at optimal speed. It also makes hit detection and a lot of other things work quite well. Just like all the timing intensive stuff makes it work really well. Allows you to stair skate up and down stairs a little faster too, I think. In order to get 120 FPS, what you do is you turn off VSync, and you turn on variable frame rate. It maxes out at 120 FPS. Otherwise, you need a monitor that has 100 Hertz. So for Lisa, what we do is we just hold up on the D-pad to buffer our movement. Then we can just run forward. That would normally be the strat that I would use in a speedrun, but I opted for a different approach. Pretty sure I gunned her down with the shotgun here. Actually, not at all. And somehow somehow she missed. That actually was not supposed to happen. If she swings around like that instead of swinging forward and up, like I wanted her to, then there is a very high chance that you'll get hit. So I almost got hit. She missed. I got insanely lucky. I would say that shooting her is like the best option for getting around her. Just shoot her a few times. I think it only takes like, what, 3, 4 shotgun shells? It's been a minute since I did this particular run. Yeah, you can see I ran right up to these dogs and just shot them with the shotgun at close range. Took them all out pretty fast. Sometimes it takes 1, 2 shots. This area will populate with dogs later. God, I love that camera angle when you enter this room. The spider's like directly above you. That's such like a great muted jump scare. As long as you take the corner the right way and just like try to like get to the door without hitting any walls or anything, then you'll be able to get out of there before the spider actually spits at you. So you gotta push the crate there as well. Otherwise the tentacles reach out and grab you, and that causes damage. So grab the key, exited. There's now a zombie in that bedroom where we encountered Barry. Take the control room key. Climb up, back down. There's also a small trick that you can do that's only doable at 120 FPS. You can grab the corner on that because for some reason you do more collision checks per second. And I guess the pushing animation just somehow overrides that, and you're just like able to push the shelf. from like a weird corner. So in the shark area, you just fire at the sharks. They retreat after a single close range shot. They generally die after like 3 shots. I opted not to shoot that shark because he just went away and he's about to turn away again, because I don't think sharks can actually attack you at this particular spot in the room over here. Or at least if you're running, they just like turn away and they won't like catch up. I think I've maybe only been attacked by a shark at that part of the room like once and maybe like 1,000 times going through this area.
Emergency. Unknown source of pressure detected. Locking all doors to achieve maximum safety.
So there's a singular variable in this puzzle. You know, you try draining the water, you turn off the safety, you try pulling the lever, and then you have to push either one of these 3 buttons, and you just have to guess. Otherwise, you read the whiteboard that's sitting on the table next to the ladder. Which I did not do, by the way, so you just have to move a little bit lower in relation to the screen in order to be able to see that whiteboard. And it just says like 1, 2, 3, or 4, and then you just push the corresponding button. The idea behind this puzzle is just curb your panic. That's all. But yeah, in a no damage run, I kill these sharks. In a speed run, I just run past them. For obvious reasons. Because running past them would be faster than shooting them. I do the Neptune skip here though. You just drop into the water, hold up and left and run on the D-pad. And then you're able to just grab the gallery key. Like you hold up, left, and run, and then you will pull off the Neptune skip successfully every single time. Just buffer the inputs and don't don't stand there as soon as you drop in the water. Like, be holding up and left and run while you are dropping into the water, and you will get it every time, I guarantee it. Once again, D-pad specifically. If you try to do it with analog controls, you're going to fail. I was able to get a really lucky dodge there. You can only make that dodge maybe like, what, 33% chance or something like that. Otherwise you just get grabbed. It's not like you need to go back into that area anyhow. while doing that, immediately after you pick up the map, the best thing to do is to press the cancel button in order to scroll through the text, because if you mash the confirm button while you're scrolling through the text, then you'll accidentally check the hole in the wall. My recommendation is to just keep pressing the B button or the circle button, because those buttons will open the inventory by default anyway. So it means if you have, you got to press that button anyway. Use those to scroll the text instead. And that way, you don't accidentally trigger the bees. Next, we'll pull the book off the shelf. Put number 1 in number 4, put number 6 in number 3, and put number 2 in number 5. And now I'm banned from YouTube. So now we're going to stair skate up here. We got to make it up here before the plant opens the core. And then as soon as it opens its core, it's probably going to try to attack with a tentacle, at which point we're just going to aim up and fire at the core, and while the core is closing, we're going to fire our 3rd flame round here. So 2 flame rounds, then there's the cutscene that shows the plant is weakening, and then we fire off 1 more flame round, and that's it, it's done. With Jill on normal difficulty, it's super, super easy because you just get flame rounds off the bat. No need to use the V-Jolt or anything. Because Plant 42 is dead, we don't have to climb up the boxes anymore. We're just headed straight back to the mansion now. I had a bit of a past Carcy moment here, because I totally forgot that there were dogs here. So I ran halfway across before I remembered to equip my shotgun and actually shoot them, because they were supposed to get shot. So the snakes here, the way that I found to do the snakes is I hug this left wall here in order to take out that first one, and then I just start baiting them out, because the snakes are actually hiding. Like where that looks like a stone banister, that's actually an invisible wall, and the snakes are hiding outside of there. So even if your lines are good, the snakes will always be coiled up on the other side of that invisible wall, and they will always launch out. So it's like a variable time at which they launch out. There is an optimal line to take, but it doesn't mean that you're always going to get past it. So there is a chance that sometimes the snakes will just... It's like sometimes the snake's aim will just be too good, and there's not really much you can do about it. So I opted to just shoot them. Like, just bait them onto the screen so that I could shoot them. So next, gonna enter here, and if we run up to the hunter, he's going to jump backwards, or he's going to just get all up in our jock on our way to the save room. I put away everything except the grenade rounds, the grenade launcher, the crank, and the helmet key. 1 acid round will take it down, and then I'm going to wait for this hunter to run to the other end and scream like an idiot, and when he does that, I can stair skate up the stairs. Because once you hear that, "Rawr!" that's when he's committed to jumping off the banister, and that actually gives you enough time to be able to run your ass up the stairs before he can cut you off, because hunters can jump halfway up the stairs and just like get directly in front of you, but if you know how to manipulate them, then you can get them out of your way. So the idea was to have him get behind me so that I would jump up. Or so that I would skip my way up the stairs before he could jump up and cut me off. If I just run right up those stairs, then he would have just, you know, he would have just like come directly in front of me. And at the same time, you know, I'm not coming through that room ever again. But because of how awkward that room is, you know, I gotta kill at least one hunter in order to make that room consistent. Right, so next up, unless that spider decides to just like randomly attack, you're generally going to be fine. I usually like to grab this defense item here because it sets up the zombies in such a way that I can just like run straight around this guy. And even then, it's like once I get to the oil drum, I can just like jam the stick to the left, and it's like just a quick option select. So that way, if he like grabs me, I can hit him with a dagger. This guy over here just decided to bait out the lunge. Save a defense item. Next up. Sometimes whenever you first enter a room, the alternate controls, if you like try to buffer an input with the alternate controls, then you might get a weird input. And if that happens, there's not really anything you can do about that. Just try to go with the flow. This hallway is the reverse murder hall, as I like to call it, but let's get around it. So on the way to Yawn, Yawn just takes four acid rounds in order to take him out. One, two, three, 4, 5. I'm actually just trying to get rid of the acid rounds at this point. But I mostly got those extra, I mostly just got those extra rounds so that I could take out extra enemies on the way, just in case. I know I got the blue Doom book that is required for getting into the lab. Next up, headed into the trophy room here in order to get both gems. Also wanted to get the regular grenades. I'm not even sure what even was past Carcy doing over here. I guess I had a bit of a hiccup. So you can grab the yellow jewel without worrying about the position of the hawk. As long as you push the shelf, then you climb up and then you hit left up on the D-pad. You'll be able to just grab the gem and not worry about the hawk. Next up, going down the stairs. We're going to head into the room over here. You know, just don't worry about the hunters, don't worry about the zombies, just go directly for the door. and then hit the yellow gem, get the Modisc. I actually was not supposed to go up the stairs there. So then we're gonna do a weird little strut around this zombie, grab that jewel box, which will be needed to get into Spencer's study. Also, the zombie here is replaced with a hunter. As long as you hold up on the D-pad and you just run forward, maybe twinge to the left a little bit, excuse me, then you will run past the hunter whenever he's screeching like an idiot. They just do that in order to like intimidate the player. But really, while they're doing that, they just waste actions. So you can just take advantage of that, run around it. So after we put in the battery, we filled up the water, now we can go into the catacombs. Although really, they're not even really catacombs because nobody's actually like buried there. It's like a it's just a mine shaft really. I think it's more of a BOW testing area. That seems to be the only reason that this area would exist. Because it's like, what could they possibly be mining down here? And the answer is they're not. But there's a lot of hunters down here. Case in point. Get out of here. We don't even need to worry about that hunter, because, again, he's screeching like an idiot. Then we're going to exit and take a specific line. That hunter likes to jump, so gotta watch out for him. Although I had a pretty bad run on like a GDQ hotfix where I did this run, and he kind of got me. So let's see, what else? Oh, right. Black Tiger dies after 2 flame rounds. I actually completely forgot about that earlier. I actually used 2 flame rounds on Black Tiger. So I got the flame rounds out of there in order to be able to use them on Black Tiger. I can't really give a description on how to solve this puzzle. All I know is that you can put the pieces in the same... Like, you can use the pieces in the same order, and all you have to do is... And you can, like, rotate the pieces the same number of times every time, and you will get the puzzle. Like, that's about the only advice I have for that puzzle. So then we go up, trigger this boulder, and then go into the room with Black Tiger. And what I do here is Black Tiger, I believe he always does this because of 120 FPS, 120 FPS. But what I do is I hold down and left, and he tends to charge a lot whenever I do that. So then I exit and re-enter in order to get Black Tiger out of there and also despawn the spiders. Because once Black Tiger's death animation starts, then that's it for Black Tiger. It's not like in Resident Evil 1 Original where if you kill Black Tiger and then you exit and re-enter before the death animation is completely finished, then it just like respawns due to a glitch. Just gonna rotate this 3 times and run into the puzzle room here before the boulder hits us. So, right, you gotta push this shelf over, or statue. Come on, present Carcy. You can use the correct noun in the correct place. Push that over here. Just push it on the platform and rotate it twice, and just get it into the hole. Come on. It's how you were born. This should come naturally. Running around this way, there's a thing with a first aid spray, but for some reason, I guess I just thought I was playing Resident Evil 1 for some reason, like subconsciously, because in Resident Evil 1 there's a modisc back there. Right, so now we can put away the knife, we can put away the crank, and we can load the grenade rounds into the grenade launcher. Squeeze behind this hunter here, and then we get to the door. The dodge is pretty consistent, but I mean, like after losing my run on that GDQ hotfix that one time, I think like the one difference I would make is, dude, what am I doing? Pass Carcy, come on. Wow, I must have been really tired when I did this run. Four, two, three, one. So in this room down here with Lisa, depending on which camera angle you trigger first, that will spawn Lisa on that particular camera angle. You could see for a split second that I ran the opposite direction of where I was supposed to go. And the reason I did that was so that I would spawn Lisa over there instead of having her get in my way. Because it would be really awkward if I spawned Lisa over there, ran the other way, and suddenly she teleported in front of me, right? So I forced her to spawn on the other side of the room. And then that just lets us go directly in here. It's a really handy strat, by the way, even if you're trying to speedrun the game. Like, if you're still new to speedrunning the game and you just want to complete runs, this is a good thing to remember because it only takes, like, maybe a couple of extra seconds per room. And this right here is another example. I'm going to go down the stairs. You can see Lisa spawn in the top left. And then that just lets us go directly back to Barry. Now we can get the broken flamethrower, but using the broken flamethrower is going to be a little bit tricky. I mean, only a very little bit tricky. So jump down, take the flamethrower. Sure does take a while. So here's what I did. I went forward and left respective to Jill, spawned Lisa over there, pulled this lever, and then just ran counterclockwise around the room. Because now that Lisa is there and the game has put Lisa there, you can just run this way. If I was speedrunning, then I would just go straight through Lisa in order to get to the lever. Like, I would just spawn her next to the lever and run right by her, but Lisa does a lot of damage. Next, I'll head back to the mansion. Gotta go to Spencer's study. Gotta get the stone and metal objects in order to be able to get to the laboratory. We already have the Doom books, which are necessary for gaining access to the laboratory, but we need the stone and metal objects in order to be able to do the showdown with Lisa before the laboratory. So get that one there. When we go in here, the hunter is going to be spawned way away, and you know, as long as you take a direct line, he's going to be completely harmless. As long as you know what you're doing, you should never have to kill that hunter. Even in a no damage run. It's like if your movement is good, like if your movement is even like mediocre, as long as you know 100% what room you're going to, like before you enter the room, and you just directly go to that room, then the hunter is not going to mess with you. So now I'm going to combine the stone ring. Use the stone and metal object, use the other stone and metal object. And then we're just going straight down. So we're gonna give Barry his gun back because we need Barry in order to get the best ending. Push that one first. Lisa is really close to us, and because Barry did indeed start shooting Lisa, we were able to go ahead and push that rock. If Barry did not start shooting Lisa, then I was just gonna start by pushing the other rocks. But Barry helps out a lot here. So if you've played the game enough up to this point, yeah, you know the deal. Just put the metals in the fountain. Wolf metal goes in the wolf slot. Eagle metal goes in the eagle slot. Now you're going to open your GameCube and put in disc 2. Oh wait, that's right, Snake. We're on PlayStation 3! Was able to just get around those guys pretty fast. Even if I got grabbed by the one that was on top of the stairs, I would have just countered with a defense item. The second one over here, I used the taser and a singular grenade round in order to take him down. Fuck off, Joho. John, Ada, Cell, B2, B3. As long as you hug that left-hand wall, you will always run by the zombie with the glasses there. And then you can get the Mo disc. The code here is 8462. Take the third Mo disc. There's some shotgun shells just big chilling right there, if for whatever reason you want them. Then I grabbed the power room key. Skated by. If a zombie is on the stairs, it generally will not grab you, and it will instead try to vomit on you. I should have mentioned that like ages ago. I'll go down here, and I like to... You can actually decapitate zombies with grenade rounds if you hit them at close range with like headshots. Also, chimeras die in one shot from regular grenade rounds. capsule, and then I'm going to run into the save room here really quick, and there is a grenade round here as well. I want these grenade rounds because I need them against Super Tyrant. And I'm also going to be getting these flame rounds over here as well. I like to use a dagger on this zombie here because it takes him down and gives us exactly enough time to use the Mo disc. Take the capsule and leave. But it should also be noted that using a defense item will put an enemy on its back, so it can't just, like, lunge at your legs. On normal mode, it's possible to run 4 steps and 2.5 steps, I think. But I usually like to do 4 steps, or 4 steps running, 3 steps walking. There's basically a hidden tension gauge with the capsule. And if it reaches max, then you explode. So that it increments based on how long you run, and also enemy attacks will increment it as well. But if you walk, then it goes down. So we're going to rush in here. We'll use the Mo disc. Round and a lot of times whenever you're running by a chimera while it's standing up, it just does like a really long attack animation, and the actual damage frames don't start until like late in the animation, so you can just like run right by them. It's when their bodies are flat to the ground that you actually have to worry about them hitting you. Just don't stop running, and you'll be okay. Okay? Cool. Once we equip the acid rounds here, we're going to run over to Wesker's body and pop off 3 shots. If you chain your pump cancels correctly, then you'll be able to take him down in pretty short order. But otherwise, the safest way is to just fire 3 shots at a time. So pump canceling, I'm not sure that I actually covered that in this run yet, but pump canceling, basically what you do is you can do it with Jill, you can do it with Chris too, but Chris holds his shotgun up to his shoulder during boss fights, so Chris can't do it during boss fights. But Jill can do it with the shotgun. Jill can do it with the grenade launcher. Basically, what you do is you just let go of R1 and then you hold back on the D-pad, and then you hit R1 and X again. And basically, what you do is you're canceling the pumping animation or the recoil animation. If it's a shotgun, it's a pump animation. If it's a grenade launcher, it's a recoil animation. Basically, you're canceling that with movement animation, because for some reason, movement animation overrides that pumping animation. It does not override the pumping animation with Chris's shoulder firing animation, because he's just like firmly locked into that for some reason. Don't know why, but that's how it works. So we'll go down here and just as long as we hug the wall and go behind the chimera as it comes out over here, should be safe. Pull these levers and go rescue Chris. I definitely have way too much ammo for the Super Tyrant fight. I think it only requires like what, 16? grenades, maybe, but I already used too many grenades in other places.
The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately.
So we're going to stair skate our way up the stairs. Exit here.
The self-destruct
Go up the stairs.
activated. All personnel must
There's no zombie on the stairs. We're going to go down and we're going to run, hug that wall because he's not going to cut us off. We'll go through this door over here.
The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately.
There's a pretty wide,
All lives.
it's a pretty wide box there, or a pretty wide door trigger there. So we're just able to like open the door without actually pressing confirm on the door.
All personnel must evacuate immediately. Reactivating 3.
But yeah, I definitely needed 16 grenades in order to finish Super Tyrant. So that's why I had to go to the save room and grab those extra ones. That's the marathon strats right there. Gonna fire off one shot. Wait for Tyrant to do another action on Barry. He will either grab Barry or otherwise, and then just gonna keep chaining these quick shots, or these pump cancels, I should say. It's okay to miss a shot or two. And then I gotta watch that animation because he's going to come after us. I ran towards the rocket launcher and let him swing and miss, and then grabbed the rocket launcher after he missed, and there we go, GG. I didn't get sub 106, but it's alright. I set out what I accomplished to do, and that was get a clean looking, no damage run with advanced strats. While also demonstrating a little bit of margin for error. So Super Tyrant will actually not swat away the rocket launcher if he is in the middle of another attack animation. Or I think if a certain amount of HP has been depleted, then he will not swat away the rocket. But anyway, thank you all very much for watching. If you like this, please be sure to check out all the other no damage runs I have on my channel. There's a lot of Resident Evil, but there's also a lot of other games as well. So please be sure to check all of them out. Also, please follow my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/CarcinogenSDA. I record all of my runs and all of my commentaries there. And if you want to further support my bad challenge run habit, you can do so on my Patreon, where at the time of this recording, I have an incentive going for kill all no damage runs in Resident Evil games. So please check the Patreon and just see where it is. And, you know, if you feel like you would wish to contribute towards such an incentive, such a goal, then, well, I appreciate it. I will be doing the Chris version of this video pretty soon, so keep an eye out for that. Otherwise, that's it. See you guys next video. Bye for now.
Jill, you did a fine job.